Good morning, here with Tom. Not a bad looking fella, actually. Not a bad looking bloke at all.
Same to you.
Tom, this stand looks very different to all the others that I've been on.
How come?
I don't know, it's like not a lot of pipes, a lot of... Please, educate me. Tell me what it is you do. Give us your name first, company name, and what it is you do.
So I'm Tom, division manager of Intamac. Intamac is basically a division of Engel & Buckham, who's the parent company. And for 100 years or so, they've been selling or been agents for European equipment in the UK and Ireland. So we saw a market where the SME companies of this country weren't getting looked after for automation. So that's where I come in.
Hang on a minute. So why was that? What was the issue there?
I think there's a lot of companies out there doing lots of very nice products that just aren't getting serviced on the automation side. There's a lot of companies here that we're selling very lovely equipment, but it's a very steep mountain to climb when you want to try and automate your business. And so that's where we come in and fill the gap.
And how did you notice this need here? Who was it?
Oh, it was actually my boss, Mr. Buckham, who noticed that, and he got me in to sort it all out. So that's how that works. So I didn't notice anything. I got thrown into the void, you know.
If you don't mind me asking you, Tom, personally, what's your background with this industry?
None. I've only been doing it for 7 years, so completely new, although I had been a salesman for quite some time in technical sales in many different industries, so lots of past lives.
Are you directly involved with the customer?
Yeah, customer facing, so it would be me that would normally go and do the site visits, talk through the customer's solutions or problems and then find solutions for them, talk through what will work, won't work, budgeting, that type of thing, timescales, and then seeing it through to installation and hopefully running and making the money.
Crying out loud, how long does that whole process... You must spend a lot of time with your customers.
A lot. It depends. If there's money in place and they've got a need and we find the right solution early, then it can be very quick. And then sometimes you just have to go through the motions and help them discover the solution themselves.
Typically, if there is a typically, forgive me if not, typically what would an issue be and what have you got and can you demonstrate for me how that can be solved?
So recently a lot of the issues have been labour, you know, affordability of labour, trying to cut down on the staff members. A lot of SME customers are hand packing, trying to take on jobs. If someone comes in and says, I want 40,000 units by next week, you've got to employ a lot more people. So with something like this, for example, which is the 420 Mini, it's a very small...
Come around the front of it.
Yeah, go for it. It's a very, very small vertical form fill seal machine, only 1,400 millimetres high. And actually we're running fully recyclable, curbside recyclable paper, so food grade paper. So again, we're solving another problem there where we're utilising fairly simple, low-tech equipment for a general consumer with high-tech materials. So we're trying to tick as many boxes for people as possible.
I've got a number of questions that are cropping up now. So, no. So this sort of shit, this has always been available to the big players, but rarely has this sort of tech been available to smaller companies?
There have been other companies that sell similar tech. I think it's just trying to reach out to people and finding the niches and trying to maybe specialise in certain industries. So we do a lot in the pet food industry. We do a lot with the dairy industry or sauce industries, that sort of thing. So we have a number of these style of machines in stainless steel that are running sauces at creameries. But they just want a small little machine, very simple to run, churn out some numbers, fulfill a small order. If they have to mothball it, they can, or they can just keep it running. And, you know, it's fairly simple, so it'll just keep going. There's no complex. If you can service your car, you can run this. That's how I put it.
You've already touched on green issues.
Yes.
All right. How important is that becoming in the marketplace?
5 years ago, we had the monolaminates, so the single plastics. That was an issue we had to overcome with the machinery because we had a lot of customers that had machines that were running on multi-laminates. They needed their machines to run. They're not going to go and buy a load of more equipment. They're not going to upgrade them. So we had that. Now we're coming into papers. Curbside recyclable. You know, unfortunately in the UK, infrastructure's not great for recyclability. And so people are looking for ways to make it simpler for the consumer not to throw everything to landfill. Even if it is recyclable plastic, a lot of it still goes to landfill. So, you know, we need to try and deal with that. And that's what this paper will do.
I think you should be very proud of yourself for this sort of innovation. I really do. I think it's great. I do. Go on.
We're literally just meeting what people want. You know, if someone says, I need that, but I don't want plastic, you've got to do something. Otherwise, you go out of business, don't you? So this is what we do.
I've asked this of a lot of people. Difficult question. Staring into a crystal ball, where are we going? What's the future of the business, your business?
Well, at the moment, I think it's currently small machinery where it's affordable and accessible to companies. As the economy gets better and hopefully consumers like you and I start spending more in the supermarkets and at the grocers, they'll be able to kind of project for bigger machinery, which we also do, like high-speed kit. But at the moment it's this, and then we'll move on to more sophisticated servo-driven machinery, maybe at an accessible price point is the key, accessible price point.
Can you take a customer all the way up from very small, all the way up to multinational?
Stepping stones, so semi-automatic equipment where it's automated for the right moment and then you've still got a person running it, to low-key automated, all the way up to some of the high-tech multi-million-pound equipment. So it's all the way up, food chain.
Is there anything I should have asked you, Tom, that you feel you want to say?
No, I'm all right. I'm good. No, I think you've done well.
So you've done your job, I've done my job. Tom, worryingly, you don't seem to have very good quality snacks on there. It seems to be a boiled sweet.
What's wrong with a boiled sweet?
Big issues with the boiled sweets. You heard it here first.